So now we're going to solve this problem perhaps a little bit more intuitively. We're going to do it like we did in number 8 in exam 2. The reason I did it two ways is just to give you practice with both. What you might see when you look at this problem is to first isolate the square root, and that would be fine. So I'm going to isolate this square root by subtracting 2x from both sides and subtracting 2 from both sides. So I'll be left with minus 5 root x on this side because both of those go away. And we've brought the minus 2x and the minus 2 over there. There are lots of negatives in here, so I think I'm going to save myself some trouble by dividing every single piece, every single term by -1. So the negative divided by a negative becomes positive, and same thing here, same thing there. So now that I've got the square root, it's almost alone. You could divide both sides by 5, but that would give you fractions, and I'm going to try to avoid that. So I still just have this one isolated term with the square root, so I'm going to go ahead and undo that square root by squaring both sides. So when I do that, everything in here gets squared, so 5 squared is 25, and square root x squared is just x. The square root and the square cancel out. This side over here, something squared means that it's multiplied by itself, so I'm going to write 2x plus 2 times another 2x plus 2, and this needs to be FOILed. So doing that, I'm going to have 25x equals 4x squared plus 4x plus another 4x plus 4. So I'll have 25x equals 4x squared, just combining like terms, plus 8x plus 4. Now because this is a square, it's a quadratic, so my goal is to set it equal to 0 and factor. So I'm going to subtract this 25x from both sides. So 0 equals 4x squared minus 17x plus 4. And now I'll factor this. So to make my 4x, I think I'm going to try that with a 4x and an x. I'm going to make the 4 with a 4 and a 1. If I put the 4 here and the 1 there, that'll give me 16 and a 1. So if I make this minus 16 and minus 1, that'll get me the minus 17x in the middle that I need. So now, since this times this equals 0, either the 4x minus 1 equals 0, or the x minus 4 equals 0. Just solving these little guys now, add 1 to both sides. So 4x equals 1, divide both sides by 4, x equals 1/4, so there's one answer. And here, just add 4 to both sides, so x equals 4. There's another answer, and notice these two answers are exactly the same as the answers we got when we did it in method 1. Very cool, right? Totally different procedures, yet we still got the same answers.